Hi guys, it is April from Getting Hygge with It. Today I wanted to chat with you about how my second trimester went. So let's get into it. I should mention that I'm coming at you from the nursery. If it's a little blinding, it's because we have the nursery chair set up in front of a window. She has 4 windows in her bedroom. I love this little room. This room is like a turret kind of thing, and a lot of the reason that we chose this house was for this room because it was just like the perfect baby room, and now we get to fill it. And don't worry, I'm definitely going to be having a nursery tour for you in the coming weeks. I just need to finish off a few more things, a couple more art pieces, and we should be good to go. So if you haven't been on my channel lately, I am pregnant. I'm actually very much pregnant at this point. I'm 30 weeks today when I'm filming this, but I realized that I hadn't gone back and talked to you about the second trimester, stuff that happened, how I felt, all of that good stuff. So I wanted to do that today. I do have to say that the second trimester, like as soon as I hit it, I felt a million times better because just the worry in the first trimester that you feel, I think that is totally natural, kind of fell to the wayside a little bit, and I was able to enjoy the pregnancy a bit more, which was wonderful. I got more energy back. I had been so tired during the first trimester, and I stopped being super sick all the time. So I felt more like myself, which was definitely wonderful. We did have a couple of ultrasounds. People refer to it as the, gender ultrasound. But really, like that 20-ish week ultrasound, that's the gender ultrasound. They're looking at everything. They're looking at how the baby is developing and their organs, and you find out whether your baby is healthy or not a lot of the time at the scan. So we ended up having 2 scans because the first time they didn't get pictures of this of the stomach and the nose and the mouth, and so we went back. So in those 2 ultrasounds, well, first of all, we found out the gender. I have a whole video about that for you guys if you want to see it, but we found out it's a little baby girl. We were so excited. I like distinctly felt like I was having a boy, but no, it was a girl. Another really important thing that we found out, aside from it's a girl, she's healthy, was that my placenta is an anterior placenta, which means it's in the front. Usually when you're pregnant, your placenta is kind of in the back. You've got your spine, your placenta, your organs, and the baby. And so mine is switched. This happens and there's nothing wrong. Like, I'm not going to have a different birth because of it. Like, it's nothing to worry about in any way, shape, or form. But it has proven rather difficult, especially towards the end of my second trimester and into my early third trimester, about movement, because they ask you to start counting kicks at around, I want to say, week 27. So that's pretty much the start of your third trimester, but I started counting kicks earlier because I'm obsessive and I'm me, and really struggled. So the whole placenta in the front thing has really brought back a lot of anxiety for me. So I'm working through that right now. Yeah, as the baby's getting bigger, I do feel her more, but that was interesting. I do wish that I had just a normal placenta because my mind can go to some, I'm just terrified all the time, right? So yeah, the whole anterior placenta thing was discovered at my 20-week scan. I also went for blood work. So one of the things that they make you do, I want to say I was like 24 weeks, I think, is they make you go in for blood work. They make you drink this like very orange vial drink that tastes terrible, but it's like very sugary. And they test how your blood is after that. And they're testing for gestational diabetes. And I was very lucky that I didn't have it. I was so thrilled when I got the news that all was well in that way as well. So those are really the main things that I've gone and had tested, just the ultrasound stuff and then that blood test. I haven't had another ultrasound since 20 weeks, which is very weird for someone who had a lot of ultrasounds early on. Like I had an ultrasound at 5 weeks pregnant and 7, and anyway, many in the first trimester. So it's weird to go from that to like nothing really. And now my doctor is like just measuring my bump and seeing like how far along it is and if everything's okay. There was one doctor's appointment where she said I was measuring bigger, like 4 weeks bigger, and she's like, I think I must be measuring it wrong. Like, let's check again the next time you come in. And sure enough, I was just measuring, I think, a week ahead at that point, which is totally fine. As for stuff that happened to me in my second trimester, I got like hit hard with a really bad cold. I had taken some vacation time from work. And you know when you're like going on adrenaline for a while and then you rest? Sometimes you'll get a cold. Like for me at least, I get a cold like every Christmas because I'm going from like really busy to like calm and I get a cold. So I got a cold, and because I'm pregnant, I really couldn't take very much. I did take some Tylenol because I had a bit of a fever, nothing insane. But I did have to go into my doctor at one point because I had this cough that was kicking my butt, like seriously. So she gave me an inhaler, obviously doctor approved, so safe for pregnancy. But the cough was so bad that I ended up hurting my back. Has anyone else done this? Because I was like, I am only like 38. Like just turned 38, and surely hurting your back because of coughing is like not something that should happen to you yet. But yeah, no, it happened to me. So it really made sleeping hard. It's still there a little bit, and we're, you know, this is going up in early June, and like it was from early May until now. So it made sleeping super hard. And then one day I was getting out of bed and I felt something in my back pop, and suddenly it was just like a flood of pain. So I went to the doctor that day because I was like, I can't do this. Like, is it going to be gone before I go into labor? Because I can't do this back pain and also labor. Like, it's one or the other, basically. So, anyway, she suggested I go and get a massage. And I did, but I had a bit of a weird massage, and I don't know if anyone else has had a prenatal massage. But I should have researched before I went about positioning. So I went for this weird massage, and I get into the room and this woman is like, okay, here's the bed and here's the pregnancy pillow. So you'll go on your stomach. And the pregnancy pillow, I was like, well, where's the hole for my stomach? And she's like, well, there isn't, but it's really cushioned and you should be fine. And I was like, okay. I did find that weird, but at the same time, I thought she's referring to it as a pregnancy pillow. So it's a pillow designed for pregnancy. Who am I to, you know, question what that exactly should look like? So the first half of the massage, I was lying on my stomach, and it felt amazing. And she was working on my back, which was really helping. And then she's like, okay, just turn over onto your back now. And as I was turning, I got crazy dizzy. Like, I've loved massages. Like, this is not a new thing for me. It's not like I've never had a massage in my life before. I love them. I've never gotten dizzy. So I thought that was weird. I turned onto my back and I was like, okay, I'm not supposed to be on my back during the second trimester or after the second trimester, really, like for very long. So this will be short, I'm sure. And the rest of the massage was on my back, and I kept thinking, oh, it'll anytime now she'll tell me to go on my side, and she never did. And I left and honestly she had helped my back like 100%. But I left and I was so worried about the baby. I was like, did I just hurt my baby for the sake of trying to get my back better? And I went home that night right after. It was like dinner time, and I had dinner, and I wasn't feeling the baby a lot. Again, I have an anterior placenta, so this is not like, I don't feel her tons, especially at that time. And in any case, between not feeling her a lot and then the dizziness that I felt and all of the weirdness of the massage, I decided, I was like, you know what? I'm going to the hospital. So we went to the hospital that we'll be giving birth at. I'm already registered and everything. And yeah, so I got hooked up with this monitor to check her heart rate over a period of time. I believe it was about half an hour. And it's just this little band that goes over your belly, and then she finds the heart rate and they watch it and they want to see it like going higher and lower and like a range. And she was doing well, and I was also clicking for fetal movement, and I would click when I would feel movement, and I did start to feel movement once I went to the hospital. I think I was relaxed when I went in because I was like, if anything is wrong, I am at the right place. So I'm really glad that I went. Like, part of me was feeling really bad that I went. Like, am I taking advantage of the system? Like, am I over dramatizing these things? But, you know, at the end of the day, I was worried about my child. Here in Canada, this is all free. Like, we pay for all of our healthcare in taxes, but I was very lucky in that sense too. So I can just go to the hospital and not have to think about how much is this going to cost. And you know, the fact of the matter is that I do know women who have lost babies later in their pregnancy, and I am a bit paranoid. Like, I think I'm realizing that my anxiety is a little bit abnormal in this pregnancy. Like, I should probably go and talk to somebody because it is a little through the roof. So anyway, but I am still really glad that I went, because I went, found out my baby was okay, left, and have felt so much better. Anyway, so that's like kind of the bad stuff that happened in my second trimester. One of the most wonderful things that happened in my second trimester, like at the very end of my second trimester, was we had a baby shower. So Barry's mom has a really big family over in Cornwall. She's one of 7, and you know, those 7 kids have kids, and it was so lovely. Barry and I went, there was like a rabbit theme to the shower, which was super cute. And, you know, it was just really lovely. They spoiled us, and that family is so talented. Like, many of the women in that family are knitters or sewers, and so we got these gorgeous blankets. I do want to show you a little doll that was knitted for our baby girl. Just a second. So Barry's aunt Marilyn made this doll, and I love her. I think this was like the most meaningful thing I think that we got at the shower, for myself at least. My grandmother, my paternal grandmother, made me a knitted doll when I was a kid, and it meant a lot to me. I called it Katie. Anyway, so our little baby girl will have to decide what what her name is, but I just loved it. So like, can you, like, what in the world? I could not do this to save my life. I have no talent in this regard, but they really did. And we were just spoiled, and it was a lovely time to just hang out with everyone and catch up. And yeah, we had just a really nice time. My mom and my sister are going to be throwing me a very small shower here in Ottawa with just my closest friends, like not like aunts and uncles and all of that, just my closest friends. That's in a couple of weeks now, and so I'm looking forward to that too. So yeah, I think that was probably the most lovely thing that happened in the second trimester was that shower. It was so nice, and it was nice because Barry was right there with me, and it was like a unisex baby shower, which I love that when it's both sexes, because I mean, it's his daughter too, right? It's not just about me. So I really enjoyed that. So that is essentially how my second trimester went down. I have to say overall it was really positive, other than getting sick in that weird massage. But let me know in the comments below if you have been pregnant before. How did your second trimester go? And the whole anxiety thing, did you have major anxiety as well? Am I alone? I would love to know. And I'll see you guys soon. Okay, bye.